I'm Chloe Lilac, and I'm here hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
I can't believe this is your first ever LA headline show. Like, this is insane to me.
I know, man. I'm so excited. I'm like a little nervous.
Yeah.
Actually, very nervous, but it'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
So, you've been opening up and touring with other artists before. So, like, how did they kind of prepare you to tonight, your first ever?
I think headlining is just about being comfortable and having fun and I don't know, just enjoying, everyone knowing your music.
Yeah.
I think that's also something that as someone who's opened a lot, like I haven't really experienced like an audience that like actually knows my music.
Right.
I've headlined in New York a lot though, so that was cool. But LA I feel like is a different vibe than New York for sure.
Right. But then it's cool though because like when it's like the headline show, it's like you go from like a 20-minute set to like however long you want to make it, and then you get your stage show that you want. So do you feel like that kind of changed for this? Like, did you go crazy with the kind of stage show that you want to put?
Not really. It's a bit longer than my set for tour, but it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
It's like, similar vibe.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know.
So recently you just dropped your newest single special.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the creative process behind this one. And, it's crazy because you just dropped the debut EP, Manic, Pixie Dream, not that long ago.
Yeah.
So, what made you want to like already jump into the next cycle of your music?
Well, I don't know. I'm constantly making music.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just got like a wave of inspiration like the second we put out Manic Pixie Dream for some reason. But also I was working on Manic Pixie Dream for like 3 years. Like that's a combination of a bunch of songs from like over the years. So this EP I feel like is more about like me, as a human being versus like I feel like Manic Pixie Dream was like about I don't know, like setting the scene, like I'm a New York kid and like saying like, oh, I'm from New York and I'm not going to be your Manic Pixie Dream girl. Whereas like now I feel like with this EP, Stick and Poke, like it's more so about me and like looking inward. I don't know, but like Special is really just about, I don't know, New York art kids, like it's a lot about, okay, so it's about a lot of things, but for the most part, I feel like, I don't know, there's this new trend that's kind of come up. I don't know how new it is. Maybe I'm just new to like dating, but there's this trend of like calling women special. Okay. And like saying you're not like other girls, and it kind of plays into the Manic Pixie Dream Girl thing where it's separating women from each other, and I think that's bullshit. I think it's complete bullshit. So is it cool if I curse? No, you can do whatever. Oh, amazing! I think it's fucking bullshit. And
then the volume raises.
Yeah, it pisses me off, man. Like it really does. It's just like I don't know. So I wanted to call that out and just kind of like call someone out on the empty compliments. I think it's whack. Also, separating women from each other is like such a trend now, and I just think it's so rude.
It's a millennial thing, I guess.
It's so I don't know. I think it's a societal thing. It's not necessarily a generational thing, but I think it's being manifested in this like unique quirky girl thing to try to empower women into competing with other women, and I think it's bullshit. So that's pretty much what Special is about. Is like calling that out, like stop calling me special, stop saying like I'm not like the other girls, like to try to get in my pants too, like really bro, like that's so corny.
It's not working.
It's so whack, man. I don't know. So that's what Special is about, and the video is really sick. Me and my creative director Jasper worked on it together and collaborated, and we really wanted it to what I really want to do with my artist project is I really just want to represent New York youth culture. I feel like it's kind of misrepresented in the media because all we really have is like the movie Kids and like Gummo, and that's it. And that's kind of outdated. I feel like what New York youth culture is about now is about like diversity and art and I don't know, like a bunch of shit. So I wanted to kind of show that in my video, and also just something I wanted it to be like a lighthearted, fun video, and I feel like we really captured that. I don't know, it's super fun.
And like being that Special is like the first listen of this upcoming EP, like do we feel that this upcoming EP is gonna hit topics like that where it's like you really want to point things out?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know. This EP, it's so I wrote it when I was 17. Like I wrote pretty much the whole thing when I was 17, and you know, when I was 17, I kind of had my first relationship and my first breakup. So the EP is about a lot of like the ending of things. Right. And how I grew from that and how I empowered myself from that situation. And so what I'd say the EP is like a lot about is being in a toxic situation, maybe a toxic relationship or just like a toxic, like being with a toxic person. Yeah. And coming out of that and finding yourself after the toxic relationship and growing from that and empowering yourself.
Discovering yourself all over again in a sense.
Totally. I mean, I don't know who I am in the first place, you know, but it's definitely about just like, I don't know, your first love, your first heartbreak, and it's all so intense and like just kind of taking a second, being like, all right, chill. This, like, in a lot of the songs, I'm making fun of myself too. So, like in Special, I'm kind of making fun of myself, and Young Love, and, you know, in Obvious, I am too, which is a song on the EP. There's a lot of different examples of me just kind of like making fun of how intense Young Love is. And I don't know, I'm really excited for the EP.
As you kind of change the direction in a sense of the EP, does that also change the way that you kind of create your music or the way that you sing the songs? Did you kind of learn how to sing differently this time around?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think I definitely found my sound while making this EP, which I really want to call spooky pop. Like I really want to call it that because a lot of the songs on the EP sound a little spooky. I don't know why. Like Miss You sounds spooky. There's like whistles in it and it sounds spooky to me at least. Yeah. And Here's Your Song kind of sounds spooky too. I don't know. So I feel like, but at the same time it's not overly produced. Like it's very like, I don't know. I found people that really like I just got so distracted. Like there's it's like a mix of live instrumentation and like trap drums at the same time. So it's, yeah. And also I was working with people that I'm really comfortable with that like push me to be the best singer that I can be and the best writer that I can be. So in the studio, like I really tried to go out of my comfort zone with my singing shit and do some riffs and stuff. You know, I really feel like I've grown as an artist since Manic Pixie Dream, and I've grown as a person too, and Stick and Poke really embodies that.
Now, how do you feel like, or what do you feel like was your biggest evolution in these last, like, you know, from that EP to now?
Oh my God. I think just the self-reflection of it and the how I empower myself from negative situations, especially in my music, but even in my personal life, you know, it's, my confidence has gotten a lot stronger, and I don't know, like just the way my message that I want to put out has gotten more clear for me. And what I want to do is, you know, I'm lucky enough that I have amazing friends that empower me every day and remind me who I am, but some people don't have that privilege. So I want my music to kind of, I don't know, be that friend that kind of takes you, like reminds you who you are and is like, you're a bad bitch. Like, don't take shit from people, you know? Whereas Manic Pixie Dream, I feel like it was setting the scene. It was kind of like, this is, you know, like, I'm a Brooklyn girl, like, I make art, look at all this shit, you know? And now it's like, with Stick and Poke, it's like, this is who I am. This is how I dealt with this situation. This is how I felt. Take it or leave it, you know?
I like that. Thanks. It's crazy because it seems like it's been a while in the making, but it's like only been like a year or so from like the last record.
I know. I'm so excited to put this out, and I'm already working on the next EP.
Slow down.
No, I love making music. I just want to keep dropping music as much as possible. It's like my favorite thing ever. Besides touring, I love touring too. But yeah.
Now, you were mentioning earlier, like you have a team behind you that kind of helps you be comfortable with your vocals and helps you be comfortable in the studio. Do you have like a specific producer that you always work with, or a specific co-writer that you always work with? Or are you still kind of like always kind of experimenting with different producers and co-writers?
Right now, I feel like I found my New York and my LA people. So my LA people, like my go-tos are Martin Wave and Grace Fulmer, who are two really amazing. Martin Wave's an amazing producer, and Grace Fulmer is just like such an amazing writer. She's super good at tongue-in-cheek lyrics, which I love. So like that's something, and we just all really vibe. Like there's a great vibe in the room whenever we work together. And then I feel like my New York people have become Zach and Roger. They've done a lot of like HER stuff, and they've pretty much seen me come up since the beginning. Cool. And
that always helps too.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like they totally get it. Like they get kind of like, they love to make like quirky sounding kind of with like a lot of different influences in their music, like interesting sounding music, which I really appreciate, because there's a lot of like EDM pop out there, and like I'm not about that. And then the writer that we work with is Remy, and he's amazing. He's just so talented and also really good at tongue-in-cheek lyrics. And I don't know, I love who I work with in music all the time. Like
that's why you're constantly writing like more and more music.
Oh my God, yeah, because I enjoy it, and also music is my favorite outlet. Like it really, like I feel like music kind of, you know, a song can heal you more than words can. Wow. You know?
Dang. Dang.
Oh, I don't know. Like I wanna be that for people and help them out, and however I can, you know? But also, you know, like so I don't know. I love drawing and painting and art, but music is the way I express myself. It's the way I always have since I was little. So I just, you know, and I'm a dramatic person. So shit is constantly like, I'm constantly overthinking things. I'm intense. I'm a very intense person. So I don't know, like I'm constantly like going through shit. Like it doesn't have to be like that. It's just like, I just overthink everything. Yeah. So I have to get it out somehow. And music's my way to do it.
Best way to do it, yeah.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
So like now you're with RCA. Congratulations with that.
Thanks.
So, you know, how different is it going from making music in your bedroom to now like actually working with producers and going to a studio and like being with a label?
Well, I've been doing kind of like the speed dating thing since I was like 14, and now I'm 18. So it's been a minute of development. But being signed is totally different, because you actually have like resources and money to like do shit. And like I never really knew what that was like, because I come from a DIY background. Like I am at my core like a DIY ass bitch. Like I'm from Brooklyn. Like I don't know. I'm always of the mindset that like, if no one else is going to do it for you, do it yourself and do it better, you know? So especially with art and music. So it's been hard kind of learning how to collaborate with people and how to come to a medium, especially with a label, because they do really want that polished like look. And I am the least polished person I know.
It's like the opposite of what you're trying to like show. I'm
like a messy bitch, you know? Like I don't know. So it's been interesting kind of like finding a medium between those two. But I really love RCA. I think they're an amazing label, and they really value art way more than I don't really know about other labels as much, but they really value art and they value real artistry, and they give me a lot of freedom for a major label, and which is huge. Yeah, and I love my team there. Like they are such sweet, amazing people, and I'm so grateful to work with such passionate, amazing people. Like I'm really lucky.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
so
I agree. It's really cool.
So this upcoming EP, do you have a date yet for this? Like you kept mentioning Stick and Poke earlier. Is that like the title of the EP?
Yeah.
Or
I didn't even realize that I didn't say that. Yeah, no, Stick and Poke is the title. It's supposed to come out in January. I don't have an exact date, but January.
It's definitely like a New Year type of thing.
Yeah, early 2020 for sure. Yeah, and Stick and Poke comes from, I have a bunch of Stick and Pokes on my hands. So I was on live one day, and my fans were like, I was like, what should I name the EP? And they were like, Stick and Poke. And I was like, why? And they were like, just name it Stick and Poke. So a lot of it, and then I asked my label, and they were like, sure. Like, they were like, yeah, okay. But, you know, like, Stick and Poke, as I started thinking about it, it's a really perfect name for the EP. Yeah. And, of course, like, my fans would come up with it because they're fucking amazing. But, you know, like, Stick and Poke, it means a lot to me because my tattoos, like, they don't really mean anything, but they mean a lot to me. Yeah. Like, they don't have meaning behind them, but they symbolize a lot to me. I don't know how to explain it. And Stick and Poke, it's such like a DIY, like, teenage thing to do. Right. And I kind of wrote this EP, Stick and Poke, in my last real year of being a kid. So, like, 17, it's a very pivotal year in your life. I don't know. I really wanted to capture that little window of time in an EP. And Stick and Poke is a great title for that just because it means so much to me. And like,
your fans chose that. So it's like, it's already like has a big meaning.
I know. I love my fans so much. Like, I know everyone says that, but like my fan base is like so sick. Really and I'm so lucky to have such amazing, like, sweet people supporting me. Like, that's really cool. Yeah, I'm really lucky.
So yeah, I'm excited because like it's a great way to kickstart the new year with a brand new EP. Like, and you know, I feel like that comes with some more touring. Yes. Now that after tonight, you will experience what it's like to do your first ever headline tour, which is insane that today is just your first one. I would have assumed you've been doing it for a long time already. But, you know, like for the new year, can we expect some more touring now that you don't have to sneak out from your parents' house to like go and play your own shows? Oh, like, thank God. Do we see that happening for the new year? Any tours like coming to mind?
Well, I have some tours at the end of this coming November. So I'm doing MXM Tune. I think the East Coast dates for, I think it's 6 dates. Nice. And then I'm doing 2 dates with Role Model on the East Coast. No tours after that, so if anyone needs a tour, let me know. If anyone needs an opener, I fucking love touring, so just let me know. But yeah, I don't know. Not yet, but I'm sure something will come in.
We'll be on the lookout for that.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I mean, hopefully, what I really want to do, and like this is totally probably not going to happen, but like maybe, I just want to like rent a van and then do like an East Coast like headlining tour or something by myself.
Just show up.
Yeah, just be like, yo. What's good?
You're very DIY, so why not just do it?
Yeah, I could do it. I'll talk to my agent about it. I don't know. I do want to tour for the new EP though.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It would be cool.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for taking the time to talk to me. Congratulations with the previous EP and with this upcoming EP, Stick and Poke.
Thank you so
guys
much.
Be sure to check out Chloe Lilac. If you haven't already, check out all her music, especially the new single, Special. Thanks for watching here on Front Row Live.
Bye, guys.